Hi guys, it's Weedit, and I will have some ICAD videos for y'all soon. But as you know, I was planning on doing an index card a day, and I got all set up to do it. I have all these lovely index cards with backgrounds and all ready to go. They're gessoed, or I used watercolor primer, you just whatever on them. And I was derailed due to pain. So I have a chronic pain issue stemming from a broken neck, and it really hit hard. We had two cyclonic events basically circling our state, so I was dying with the weather. But even though I really couldn't do much, I tried to stick to the idea that ICAD was developed, and that was to do something creative every day. Now, I'll be honest, I did not succeed. There were some days where I felt good to make it from the bed to the sofa, and yeah, that was my major activity for the day. But I don't do well watching a whole lot of TV, and I've seen a lot more TV than I would really like to. But I did do some things, and what I managed to do, for me, we all know that I'm a sucker for bath products, so I made some bath bombs. Don't try to turn. I was going to take these and put sparkle all over them so that they would be pretty, but as it is, I just ended up with gray bath bombs. And here's my hint: don't do gray bath bombs. It's horrible. The bath bombs are wonderful in that they are soft and moisturizing and fun and smell so good, but gray bath water doesn't really equate to the feeling of cleanliness. So don't do gray bath bombs. They didn't turn out well enough for me to pretty them up, so this is what I was left with. They work great, they're not pretty. I made solid bubble bath, and I don't know if you can see, this has got sparkles in it. I don't know, I'm trying to get the light to catch it, so they're not really showing up, but it's got iridescent sparkles in it, and that is a solid bubble bath. I'd never made that before. That was fun. And this is a bath truffle, and again, after this debacle, I decided anything I made I was just not going to color, and I was going to test the recipe. This turned out really nice. I'll have to say, when I was making it, I was trying to put just a little bit of apricot kernel oil in the bowl, and it glugged out, so I had this oil slick in the middle of my bath bomb stuff, and I actually think it improved the bath bombs. But anyway, so but after these turned out not so great, I decided I would just test recipes and not waste colorant and resources. Even though I put some sparkle in that, I had a ton of sparkle. And then, so my bath truffles, which are super moisturizing, are just, they're plain. I also mixed up some more of my bath powder mix that I love. I did quite a few squares of the Afghan that I'm working on. I'm doing a granny square Afghan in teal and rose, and I would sit there and watch TV and crochet. Some days it hurt too much to do even that. I snuck over and did a couple pours. These videos are going to be out shortly. I think oh, I got something on this one. There we go. The pouring medium video. This is a cheap pour. I figured out how to do one, and look, it's nice, it's glossy. Anyway, that recipe will be out shortly, and then the video where I made that will be out shortly, as will this one. So this was not a cheap pour, but it's a very cool pour. I really liked it. So I also, oddly enough, when I made the encaustic medium, I made some cold wax. And again, I'll probably have a video on how to make the cold wax. With cold wax, you do have to use oil paints or oil-based items. It's kind of like encaustic in that. And I just kept I don't know if you can see, I scraped it. This is a very thick layer of paint that I have, and it's several layers, truthfully. There's this King's Blue was the first layer, this bright green was the second, and then I put, I believe this is alizarin crimson. I put a layer of alizarin crimson on, and then I put that little piece, I don't know what that is, it's getting on everything, and then Viridian. And I let it dry so I can work back through the layers, kind of like scratch art, and I can also rub down through the layers using a solvent. So I have that one ready to play. And then I took whatever was left over, I didn't want to throw away, so I just started smearing cold wax on this, and it's got the alizarin crimson, the Viridian, and then I don't remember, this is spring green or something like that. I don't remember the color of that one. I have it out so that I can use it again, and I should have looked that up. But this is just basically a clean off the palette, don't waste anything. So I've still got more layers I want to put on this particular one. And I drew this mermaid on the tag, and so I'll get that, I'll work on that one. And I played with this one. This was, she's not done, this was done with Derwent Graphy Tint. And that's why it's splotchy looking. It gives it's a different look. It's a really different look. And I like the pencils, so I was playing around with them, but I need to come in and do some more work and refine her further, and that's just where I was testing the Graphy Tint pencils on the paper before I did it. I like to test the colors on whatever I'm using. So that's what happened to me. Pain derailed me. I've got all these ideas for ICADS that hopefully I will be able to start on now that maybe some of the weather has cleared. It's supposed to be ugly for the rest of the weekend, but it's not really bothering me too much. It's controllable, so I can play. But that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. Oh, I did do an embroidery, cute little embroidery, but again, since I was at the other house, this is where my playhouse is, I don't have it here to show you, but it was really nice and relaxing just to sit and embroider. So it's been a long time since I've done that. I'm not great at it, but I enjoy it very much. So stay tuned, all right, stay with me, and look for videos to come. Thanks, and bye.